Hey, good morning, guys. I've been out walking. It's pretty nice out here right now. Got the blue jays and the crows been back here bothering me. It's fun to come out and hang out with nature. Get back here and just check out the creek and the pond and see all that neat stuff. It's a beautiful morning. Thought I'd come back here and go through the First Thessalonians references. That sunlight peeking through the cloud to the trees. But yeah, the pond is looking good today. Over here and see what it looks like. Get that sun out of there. Makes my camera lens must be dirty. But that's alright. We'll make this work. This water is beautiful here today. Isn't that pretty? Make a good setting. I've got to read here 1 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 5. And we got a handful of references to that. So thought we'd get that read out here before I get long and get out here and see what we got. But it's going to be a beautiful day. Alright, let's see, before I get into anything, let's see what we got here in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Or chapter 3, and verse 5. And these references that I've tied to that out of Paul's writings. Let's see what we got. Therefore, when I could by no means longer refrain, I sinned to know of your faith, lest somehow the trier tries you, and our toil may be becoming to be for naught. Wherefore, when we could by no means longer refrain, it seems well for us to be left in Athens alone. But God, who is consoling the humble, consoles us by the presence of Titus, yet not only by his presence, but by the consolation also with which he was consoled over you, informing us of your longing, your anguish, your zeal for my sake, so that I rather rejoice. And we send Timothy, our brother, and God's servant in the evangel of Christ, to establish and to console you for the sake of your faith. Yet at present, because of Timothy's coming to us from you and bringing us the evangel of your faith and your love, and that you have a good remembrance of us always, longing to see us even as we also you. Do not deprive one another, except sometimes it should be by agreement for a period, that you should have leisure for prayer, and that you may be the same again, lest Satan may be trying you because of your incontinence, lest we may be overreached by Satan. For we are not ignorant of the things he apprehends. For if I am making you sorry, who also is gladdening me, except he who is made sorry for me? And I write the same thing to you, lest coming I may have sorrow from those on whom it was binding to be causing me to rejoice, having confidence in you all. For my joy is that of you all. Wherefore, seeing that I am not loving you, God is aware. Now, what I am doing and will be doing is that I should strike off the incentive from those wanting an incentive, that what they are boasting, they may be found according as we also. For such are false apostles, fraudulent workers, being transfigured into apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is being transferred into a messenger of light, it is no great thing then if his servants also are being transfigured as dispensers of righteousness, whose consummation shall be according to their acts. I am marveling that thus swiftly you are transferred from that which calls you in the grace of Christ to a different evangel, which is not another, except it be that some who are disturbing you want also to distort the evangel of Christ. But if ever we also, or a messenger out of heaven, should be bringing to you beside that which we bring to you, let him be anathema. As we have declared before and at present, I am saying again, if anyone is bringing you an evangel beside that which you accepted, let him be anathema. Toward the adjusting of the saints, for the work of the dispensing, for the upbuilding of the body of Christ, unto the end that we should all attain the unity of the faith, and a realization of the Son of God, to a mature man, to the measure of the stature of the complement of the Christ, that we may by no means still be minors, surging hither and thither, and be carried away about by every wind of teaching, by human caprice and by craftiness, which with a view to the systematizing of the deception. Thereupon, after the lapse of 14 years, I again went to Jerusalem with Barnabas, taking Titus along with me. Now I went up in accord with a revelation, and submitted to them the evangel which I am heralding among the nations, yet privately to those of repute, lest somehow I should be racing or ran for naught. I fear for you, lest somehow I have toiled for you vainly. All be doing without murmurings and reasonings, that you may become blameless and artless children of God, flawless in the midst of a crooked generation, a generation crooked and perverse, among whom you are appearing as luminaries in the world, having on the word of life. For my glorying in the day of Christ, that I did not run for naught. For you yourselves are aware, brethren, that our entrance to you has not come to be for naught, but through suffering before and being outraged in Philippi, according as you are aware, we are bold in our God to speak the evangel of God to you with a vast struggle. Wow, and there's that. There's the references to 1 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 5. So I'll put that up. We won't be adding anything to that. Put that down here with my other stuff. We'll do that. I've seen some activity on this water while I was standing back here a while ago. Well, we never know what's out there. I've not done any fishing to speak of. We do a little bit. My son-in-law enjoys it. I'm more of a watcher. I like watching it and seeing what comes up, pops the surface. There's just so much neat things to witness out here when you just sit and watch and listen. But I've been back here for a while. I just can't get over that's just the beauty back here. It's just, I know that winter's coming, that everything is changing colors, and yeah, it sure is. Fall is a pretty time of the year. I know we don't have all the flowers and all that, but you know there's beauty in the fall also. I know that I like the spring and summer because of the flowers and watching new life come out. Got some big ripples in that water. Something There's something going on out there. After a big rain, they seem like the fish get more active. I guess there's more stuff in the water to consume. But anyway, right there. I don't know if the camera will show that, but I love you guys. I think it's time we get out and get the day started. Don't you? I do too. We appreciate you watching. Marcia and I look forward to the phone calls and the text messages. We appreciate and love each of you. Grace and peace to you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have an awesome day. We'll see you then.